Hey YouTube, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. S Sorry, Reluctant Nabi back again. So basically, kind of had a short day, put stuff together. Was going to show you the breakfast, like I said, how they do it here, and by here I mean this particular hotel, um, and basically. The place you see in the background, I'm gonna go there to see if I could meet up with the sister that I met yesterday because it is imperative, brothers. All right, I did not come down here to be meeting anybody. I just came down here to tell y'all what's going on for real. All right, to see it for myself, go get around in a way that I know other people are not, because I don't know anybody that's come here and that's driven around. Um, so we already know what the taxis cost and stuff like that because that's what most people do. But I wanted to drive around, see real people. I saw people laying out in the street. Yes, I did. Um, I saw everything, right? The people that I mainly bought stuff that I overpaid for from were street vendors, dudes that I know that made stuff, right? But they were street vendors. I know they wasn't making money like that. You see what I mean? They just put a little pad on the sidewalk, put whatever they made, and like I bought a chess set, like I said, that I'm gonna give to um, the people at my capoeira class and whoever plays chess. And basically, I mean, it is what it is, right? So first, let me greet everybody and say thank you for watching my channel. Please share all my videos, subscribe, thumbs up. Um, and when I get back, I have some ideas for our community. So for those of you that have been donating to my channel, um, please donate. I'll put the donation link up. I know I haven't asked y'all to donate anything for a while because I stopped doing things for a little bit so I could do this trip. And the last idea I had was the homeschooling stuff that people need for homeschooling. And so not a lot of people were homeschooling, but still I'm coming up with community things that I could do so that people, especially brothers that's trying to raise their children, there's a lot of us brothers that's over where I live that are raising children. All right. Only we're not calling ourselves super dads or anything like that. We just raising children. We doing what we supposed to be doing. Like no fancy name comes with brothers raising children. You know what I'm saying? So let me greet everybody real quick. Hola, gudai, oi to the bang, basis los, bonjour mes amis, kedu, bawani, konnichiwa, nihao, nihamad, sani bonani, jambo habaragani, assalamu alaikum and shalom, and guten abend, excuse me, I don't know what time it is out there in Deutschland. So, guten Morgen, guten Abend, and guten Tag. Alright, to my brother out there in Deutschland, was ist los, wie geht es Ihnen? Alright. But anyway, in this video, women are talking to me. All right, this time it was the woman that comes in and clean the room. I don't want to just be like the maid, right? But we were having a conversation while she was cleaning the room. She speaks no English, so you'll see the struggles I had. You'll understand the struggles I had. All right. And basically, this is my second. I came down here Friday. So this is kind of like only my third day down here. This is the first time I've ever been in Brazil. And the first time ever in my life I had to speak the language to somebody. So I learned enough to have kind of deep conversations. But again, very instrumental is some of the apps that I've been using on my phone. One is Google Translate, but one is one better than that. And then the thing to learn the languages, because you can take it with your phone, is Duolingo. Okay, Duolingo, as Duolingo, right? Very important, right? The Duolingo help you learn, but some of the apps help me to translate. And we were stuck on something where I just didn't know where to go, and so I could switch it to Portuguese, have her type it, and then I can understand. And then once I understood what she was asking, because it was in question, I understood onde, right? Is like where, right? So she was asking me where was I born. I was mistaking it from where I was from, but I didn't quite understand the nuance, right? So very important, right? So like I said, I'm having deep conversations with Brazilian women. And as I think about this, I'm thinking like, brothers, think about this. What are the three things they say you cannot talk about to a black American woman? I mean, think about it, right? Yeah, I bet you right off the bat, it's politics and religion, one and two. Not necessarily in that order. The third thing is women. Your problem with black women, right? All right. So far, I'm saying so far, like I said, I only been down here 3 days, not 3 years. So far, though, in casual conversation, which is how I can tell this is probably the rule, in casual conversation, none of that applies when a brother is coming down here and talking to these women. And they do have an interest in black men. Is there racism in Brazil? Is this country run by white people? Is there racism in the United States? Is it run by white people? And by run by, who set up the original laws? You know, the founding forefathers of each country? Yeah. Okay. So let's not, for somebody to say, oh, there's racism in Brazil. Hell yeah, there's racism. It was, the country's government was organized and designed by white people, white men specifically. All right. The people that's get showing me love are the women. All right. The people that are showing me interest are the women. Well, I'm kind of glad it's not the men. You know what I mean? But anyway, and that's down here too. So don't get it twisted. On both sides, the women and the men. But it's just that here, family trumps all of that. All right? Family trumps all of that. Eventually, women get past that and choose family. Now, I will say that I've noticed that, well, I'll get into that in a minute, right? So, basically, we're going to go through my day. First, the breakfast, right? And then I drove around town so that you could see what the place looked like during the day, right? And so, basically, here we go.
Okay, brothers and sisters, let's not forget, let's get those thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. We subscribe, click the notification bell. Alright, y'all know what to do if you want to help the channel out. But still, you remember, you always take care of home and first. That's paramount. See? And maybe I could donate some of that to How to Speak from time to time. Um, anyway, so all the stuff will be in the description box. And for those of you that have comments, write them in the comment section. Brothers, it's about that time we start SYSBM. Alright? It is what it is. Alright? Remember, you always take care of your home and family first. Alright? Don't donate anything to anybody until you got that straight. Then afterwards, Now, why am I saying that again? Because I got a lot of new subscribers that have subscribed to this channel and stuff like that. And I just want everyone to get an understanding that, yeah, this channel does put everything back into the community. But for you newbies, alright, there is no community if you can't take care of your own self first. Alright, so now that y'all know what's up, let's move on.
Alright, y'all. Hey, what's up? This is my breakfast. Um, so no Captain Crunch today. So I got down here. I'm kind of cool with the restaurant people now. And I'll show you the spread. So this is everything I have for the free breakfast. Bacon is still spelled like bacon, how we're used to. All the fruit and everything. And there are your drinks over there.
All right, y'all. So that was the breakfast layout where I'm staying, right? And the Brazilian are trying to find their black movement, and what they're using as a template, and I'm gonna say this, and I kind of worry for them for this reason. What they're using as a template is the modern day black community of the United States. So yes, women here wear weave, black women do. Many of them don't. And yes, all weave come from India. There is no such thing as Brazilian weave, Brazilian hair. They call it Brazilian hair because if you wear it, then you can have the ethnic look of the Brazilian style mulatto woman. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why they call it Brazilian hair. They also call it Brazilian hair as a marketing thing so that you'll buy it thinking that it comes from a black woman that was mixed with some white man. But no, it's all Indian hair. All right. So basically, this is me driving around during the day, and this is basically what it is. All right, during the day, and you'll get an idea of traffic. And this is a Sunday, and so multiply the driving by a bunch. And pretty much on the weekdays, they do stop for the red lights. And I said that, you'll see why I said that. Because so many people are walking around during the weekday, right? So basically, this is what the town looks like during the day. You saw the party, how they party, everybody's in the streets at night. And so I'm going to drive through the same arches that you saw in my earlier video.
Hey YouTube. Alright, this is REFUGETEMPLENABI, and as you see, I'm kind of parked maybe illegally, but I can't get into the parking garage. They have it closed off, I guess on the weekends, right? So when I went in to get the car out, you know, but this is probably a good thing because I'm gonna go to the gas station and I'll be able to get to the gas station. It's a Sunday morning. And so, about to head that way. You gotta watch out for traffic here, these buses. So, And these cars, they just whip around these corners. All right, I'm kind of feeling my way around now. I'm going back to the place where I met the black girl. So this is going to be a pretty easy trip. Now I'm going to let the bus make it. Usually the taxi cab drivers, right? I want you to see this. Taxi right next to me. Now what's going to happen is, and I'm going to let them do it, but they drive very aggressively, right? The taxi cab driver, he's going to hurry up and pull up around. Let's see if he does it. Yep, he did it. See, they do that all the time. All right, so when you come here and you're on vacation, act like you're on vacation, right? And you want to do that because these people will cut in front and kind of run you over. And there's the place I was talking about last night for the nightlife. We're going to drive through it. And that's their police car. I don't even know how I'm going to set this up. All right, my phone got have a mind of its own today. It has to do everything with it has everything to do with this case. All right, see how they do it here? So you got to be a very patient driver. Or you could be as reckless as they are. So this is where I was last night. This is how it looks in the day. This is the first time I've ever been able to shift into fourth gear while being here. So this is where all the street vendors vend. And here is the gas station. I'll do that later. Last night, everybody was just all out in the street here. I mean, just all out in the street. Now here, it'll be easier for me to see which places are one ways. Oh, see, never mind the red light. So that's how they drive here. This is basically how they drive here. You saw what that car did. The light was clearly red. I mean, like I said, a red light here in Brazil is just a suggestion to stop. You know, that's what it seemed like. It's just a suggestion. So I'm going to just see what's going on here. I'm gonna follow this taxi. And I'm just buzzing around town, just seeing what's going down. All this was filled up, full of people just walking. You couldn't hardly drive, you know. This was just full of people. This whole place was just full of people. And the girls I met yesterday, this was the spot I saw them at, so we just held up traffic like Because this what you do. They like, they saw me, my window was down, and you know, if you're driving, it's at a crawl. Because it's just full of people, and the people will just come out in the middle of the road, and everybody just walking the road. So you're driving at the pace of people walking. They'll walk around your car. Not ignorant. They'll just walk around your car. You know, like cars aren't supposed to be on the street. And they take control of everything. Man, so basically I'm gonna try to catch back up with them today. Y'all, I cannot express this. For those of you looking to meet someone, you want to come down here and meet and do whatever. Like me, I'm still in the search of wife material, so I'm not down here trying to screw everything. Well, y'all know that by all the videos that I'm putting up, right? But for those of you, if you want to meet somebody, even like I do, like to get to know somebody, learn the language. Very, very, very important. All right. You don't need it to just come down here to vacation, to visit, but you do need it to communicate with people. Like I had another discussion today, political, about Obama. I meant to ask the lady, the one that was cleaning my room, how she felt about Rousseff, right? And so, I mean, basically, where was I at yesterday? I was over here. I was at one of these places over here. So it's all closed up right now. It'll probably be open once everybody get over their hangover. Yeah, all this was open. Yeah. So this is what it is. All right. So now I'm gonna have to kind of concentrate and stuff like this. Follow this taxi. He looked like he doing something important. Found the way around to get back to the room. So Sunday, it looked like nothing happened last night. All right, so I'm out for now.
Now, keep in mind that racism is alive and well, and even when I went into the stores, I looked at the magazines to see how they advertise, right? Now, in music, I didn't see no black men in music, in the music aisle, right? I saw mulatto, blanco, white, and then they had a big poster of a black woman, all right, of a Brazilian black woman, right? You know, scantily dressed and stuff like the women do on the album or CD covers in the States, right? But they do have an image problem on a whole, but they navigate better. I was like, so why are they doing better as a family than we are in the United States? Is because family is still number one. Over image and everything, family is still number one, right? What's happening is you got kind of a feminist culture kind of developing with the black women of Brazil. And this is kind of the other reason Dilma Rousseff got into trouble. All right, she was making programs that were just for women only. And with all the corruption and everything, she couldn't be corrupt. For doing the programs that she was doing, she made a lot of enemies with family men and families. And so you can't afford to be corrupt in anything, because as soon as they find something on you, they'll use it to get you out of there. And they did impeach her, right? And so I wanted to ask about that in a conversation I was having this morning. But guess what we were talking about this morning? So this is two trips where we were talking about spirituality, and people had gotten a respect for mine, right? One was the two of the three women I met waiting from Sao Paulo to come to Rio, and the other one was the lady that was cleaning my room. So here is that conversation.
Ah, desculpa, eu achei que era da emergência.
So, los negros americanos,
Uhum.
nos gustas Obama.
Ah, tá. Eu
Ah,
gosto do Obama.
uhum.
Uhum, entendi.
Nós gostamos as mulheres, os homens, as mulheres, os homens, a esposa,
Isso.
família.
Isso.
As mulheres, os homens,
Isso.
filho.
Isso.
Obama, não, as mulheres,
Homem com homem.
homem.
Uhum.
Não.
Eu sou contra casamento gay.
Uhum.
Porque eu sou cristã. Entendeu?
Aham.
Então eu sou contra.
Eu sou Hebrew.
Você é o quê?
Eu sou Hebrew.
O que é isso? Uma religião?
Hebrew, yeah.
Hebrew.
Bíblia escreve.
Aham.
Bíblia escreve
Aham.
4 mil
Uhum.
anos ago,
Muito tempo.
right?
Uhum.
Right. Nos Hebrews escreve a Bíblia.
Uhum. Ah,
Yes, nos Hebrews escreve.
você é o quê? Mormon não, né?
No, entende Testament?
Uhum.
Okay. Nos Hebrews escrevemos
Uhum.
Old New, entende Old New, escreve Old Testament.
Se eu entendo?
Não. Nos Hebrews escreve Old Testament.
Uhum. Entendi.
So commandments. Commandments. Commandments.
É o quê?
Vamos pelo comando. Vamos pelo comando.
Ah, entendi. Vive pelo comando.
Yeah.
Entendi.
Hebrews. Yeah. Nos Hebrews.
Uhum. Entendi.
All right. So the picture you saw of the girl with the make stuff, they're practicing for the carnival, right? And now, um, my last thing is the black women here are getting their marching cues from the black women in the United States. So right now it's very, very family oriented, right? The only issue that the black women have here is the more negative, right? And you want to go that feminist route, oh, it's not going to be well for you. It's too many mulattoes, blancos, and white down here for negative men. So men that's doing well, the very men that the black women should want, all right, are going to be swiped up by the other women. And that's why that's going to cause the negative mujeres here mucho problema or muy problema. You know, um, it's a big problem. All right, everything that they try to follow on the level of the United States, it is not working in the United States, and it will work even less here, right? Because a lot in this society will come at you hard if you try to destroy family. Now, you can do whatever you want on the side, right? But it's pretty much about family here. So, brothers, if I cannot read, I wish I would have had a pen and piece of paper as these women were. We held up traffic looking for something so that they can have, or they wanted to give me their Facebook so that they can communicate with me. And I didn't have nothing in the car to write with because I'm so used to having all that stuff in my card. I didn't even have my cards with me. I was like, I won't need none of this stuff. You'll need that stuff. All right. So, brothers, pen and piece of paper, um, or know your Facebook account by heart. If you have one, I don't use the one I have except to save my videos. And that's basically it. That's basically it. Uh, the women here they've treated me well. But then again, I say, if you are an extrovert, if you don't mind talking to people in onesies or twosies, I don't go around in groups. I did not get out of the car when I drove through last night. Um, I don't know. I have a thing about being around a lot of people. One on one, I'm good, right? But a lot of people, I just have a thing, right? And I didn't want to end up, somebody. Well, never mind. I'm just going to say, I don't do a lot of people. You know, my eyes got to see what they see. Uh, so I am acutely aware of my surroundings, and so, and that's what's up. All right. So, and you have to be just a little careful, right? And this is what I mean. I'll leave you with this safety tip. With me, when I walk around, if people walk past me, say "Oi, tudo bem," I'll be like, "Oh, esto bem," or "Tudo bem," um, or "Bom dia." All right, "Bom dia," um, and basically and we walk by each other. I'm good. I'm good. Um, Somebody follows me, I make a turn, and then they turn. Like I walk past somebody, then they decide they're walking, then they follow me. I make a turn, then they make a turn. I'll make one more turn to see if they following me. They follow me. It's on here in Brazil or anywhere, right? But one of the that happened. I turned around and I got my hair braided up. I'm a little thicker than I used to be, and the dude was like, "Yeah, I don't want none of that," and so he walked off. Being black in Rio or in Brazil is a good thing. Being a black male here is a good thing. It's a safer thing. People tend to not want to try you. And and I wasn't bluffing either. But anyway, that's the only incident, right? Other than that, everybody has just been cordial and nice. And I walked around. I walked down the place. When I went to the place where the woman asked me to dance, it was kind of daylight, and I was in there until it got dark, and then I just walked back to the hotel. Shoot, I was driving after that though, cause my knees can't hang. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. I just walked back to the hotel, and it was all good. Um, so basically, that's what's up. With that said, y'all, I'm coming down here again. And for your brothers, get your passport and your money right. You do need a visa, but the visa lasts you 10 years. You don't need one for Colombia. I'm going there next. All right? So I'm going to Colombia. And any of you brothers that know how to speak Spanish, that want to go to Colombia, I mean, I don't know a lick of Spanish, but I'm going to learn like I'm learning this Portuguese, right? But any of you brothers that speak Spanish that want to go to Colombia, that's the next trip. Now, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to be making videos. That's why I'm here. I am here to let you know, you brothers know what the real deal is, because nobody I asked told me anything. I looked online for information and there was none. So I'm filling that void of putting out information on how to rent a car, what driving is like, what the breakfast is like. Do you stay? They call the hotels apartments. Okay, so they call your hotel room an apartment. So if you're going to stay in an apartment, that's a hotel like from Priceline, or are you going to take your chances and stay in one that is third party issuer? You know, somebody that somebody else know that somebody know, right? I'm not down with that because I don't know them somebodies, right? And I don't trust us in the U.S. like that, right? If I don't know you like that, if I never met you, right? If you somebody that want me to spend on you, you got a YouTube channel and you haven't watched none of my videos to know what I'm about, um, then and we couldn't meet in person. No, I ain't put. And the other thing, don't give nobody cash when you can have more be more safe. It's best to come down here and do things the way I did it first, and then do the rest of that stuff later. With that said, I'm out.
Brothers, while we can find the comfort of the arms of potential women that will appreciate us, let's remember it may be some navigating to this too. All right, because there's much we must be aware of. But there's a better chance outside of the U.S. than there is for us inside the U.S. to find a decent woman capable of a good relationship and wife material. There is almost no chance in the U.S. because of the laws of finding a woman that is worth wife material or that's wife suitable. Remember, If she's asking you to raise another man's child, she's not suitable to be wife material scripturally. All right, that woman must hit the wall. If she's coming to you not being in a relationship, but have a bunch of children, not wife material, that woman must hit the wall. If she's coming to you with children and child support by a man, she is still married to the man she's receiving child support by, even if it's through the government, and that woman must hit the wall. The bad attitude woman must hit the wall. The simps must hit the wall with them. Let the simps have them. Let the Caucasian men have them. Well, the Caucasian men's been having their way with them since slavery. All right. So as far as I'm concerned, they can hit that wall. Too dangerous, too hostile to good Afro men. They won't listen. They won't repent. They're no good to us. All right. So those of us that can escape, I got some brothers going down now to see that it's not paradise like in a postcard, but if they could see the real and understanding that building can be done, it'd be a trip that's worth it. All right. Like, share, subscribe again, and let them simps and them BAWs hit that wall. That's it. I'm out.